in. Um, y'all, please hit the subscribe button. I want to thank y'all for everybody that's supporting my channel. I thank you so much. Y'all don't know how much it means to me. Um, this is Diddy's second bond being denied, and also some he's gonna read some of the proceedings analysis pages, and some new shocking evidence also came out. Okay, and yeah. So we're gonna see. Shout out to Marab Morelli. You can find him on YouTube, and yeah, I'll leave a link at the bottom. Okay. Y'all, please hit the subscribe button. Help me grow, because y'all are doing y'all's thing right now. And wait a minute. What happened? Here I am. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened. All right, here we go. Come on, all right. Okay.
Whew, so a lot of stuff is going on. Diddy's second bail has been denied, and the court proceedings, so much is happening. Everything in less than 10 minutes. Hey guys, it's Moroccan Rolly. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. Comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Let's get to 350,000, guys. We can do this. Subscribe, and let's get into this stuff because a lot is happening.
Let me get to 400. All right. Okay. Okay. The government has proven the defendant is a danger regarding bail package. Okay. It is insufficient even on risk of flight. So that's why he is denied for a second time.
Diddy's bail has been denied. Judge denies Diddy's bond again. He will remain detained until his trial begins. The government has proven the defendant is a danger regarding the bail package. Is insufficient even on risk of flight. So it looks like his second proposed package has been denied.
It did not go our way.
It didn't.
The fight continues.
Not the fight.
We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial.
Tell me he's not. Oh, sorry. Tell me he's not giving up by a long shot. He's gonna try to get his bail. I mean his court hearing as soon as possible. All lawyers say that, right? But anyway, he's at the Metropolitan jail, prison, whatever it is, right now. The worst place that I heard you could be. So here we go. Let's see. I had to fast forward it a little bit, y'all. But please hit the subscribe button. Yeah. Thank you so much.
As quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions.
So this is what we spoke about, where he's staying at the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center. Now, his lawyer states that, this is a very inhumane place. Well, his actions were inhumane. Where do we go from there?
That's
Your
right.
actions corroborate the environment that you are now in. And so his second bond has been denied. So his second bond, sorry, I have to stutter. The stutter is so annoying.
What's up, 314 J2? What's up? Glad to see you in the building, in the house, Valentine TV. Please hit the subscribe button. Help me grow, please. The like button, both. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna let Marad finish telling about the Diddy's second bond was denied. And he's also going to talk about some of the stuff that happened in court also, okay? All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Detained. Denied. He is detained. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. Woo, for a minute I just lost it. His kids again have been seen leaving the courthouse, and Quincy, King Jones, Justin Combs were all there with him. So I don't understand why his kids are there after everything that he's done, but at the same time, that is their father, and they still love him regardless of everything he's been through. And they probably just see a broken man who they obviously want to love because that's their father. But I can also understand why some children would just separate from their parents if they're that abusive, and I do believe you should do so, but obviously it's easier said than done. It's also reported that Diddy is now in therapy and that he's getting it via jail time, that he's having his therapy sessions, which I think is too little too late. This man should have been in therapy 20, 30, 40 years ago, not right now. So maybe this will help him with his withdrawal symptoms, because withdrawal symptoms of the drugs that he used to take, the symptoms alone that you're experiencing can take you out. So perhaps he needs that mental therapy. Perhaps he's dealing with psychosis. Perhaps there are other psychological symptoms that are going on because of the lack of drugs around him, and also the new environment, the vicinity, the small bars, the small room that he's in. All of it is very much life-changing to what he used to be in. Even after the lawsuits came out, he still had the freedom to move around and do whatever the hell he wanted to do. So everything's changed for him. But for the fact that his bond was denied, his second one, is embarrassing. His lawyer obviously doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't seem confident in the speeches. He seems to be very confused, and obviously he's just throwing lies down his neck. That's just how I see it, guys. Lies down.
Marad said he's throwing lies down his neck. Y'all know Marad is from London, so anyway, yeah, y'all please hit the subscribe button, the like button. Thank you so much. Y'all have been throwing down for me. Thank you. Here's a little more.
His neck. But get this, guys, and this is where obviously it gets really, really crazy. USA says Diddy's ketamine and GHB induced freak-offs extended from 2009 to 2024, and claims he threatened to expose victims with recordings. The victim texted him, "You were going to make me or release some FO shit," which is crazy. It's a long list of reasons used in the argument not to give Diddy bail. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson says actions and events surrounding 15 years of freak-offs show that he cannot be trusted. Johnson shared that documentation of the sex events dated back 2009 up to the present year. As previously reported, there were drugs provided, ketamine, and etc. Johnson went on to say the recorded freak-offs were used as an extortion tool. The defendant would record these freak-offs, at least in part, to use them to blackmail. "We have an email, a victim saying, 'You were going to make me, I'm not going to say it on the public record,' or 'you were going to leak some stuff.' She didn't make it clear what Diddy wanted the victim to do as means for the recordings to be released. Another victim shared 5 messages. He said he was going to expose me with a tape. I was drugged." Johnson says it's interesting that Diddy claims the victims are trying to extort him, but he's threatened them with recordings. He's the only extorter. Boom. All those people, especially Diddy, but all those people who were supporting Diddy, saying that everyone's trying to get money out of him, or everyone's trying to extort him, when he's the one who had tapes and threatened to release them, he is the only extorter. And his lawyer, who's come out to speak and defend him after this second embarrassment, he doesn't even know what he's doing. You need to go watch that video. I want to include some clips here. The lawyer is stuttering, confused. His body language, if we analyze the lawyer's body language, he knows that Diddy is going down. They've accepted that. He's going to try and get him a reduced sentence, but I just don't think that is going to take place. So, I've covered most topics that I wanted to cover in this video, but the last topic we're going to cover is the court proceedings that took place today, just so that if you guys want to hear everything in detail, there is a particular individual who's present in court, and his name is Inner City Press, where it's the US Sean Combs bail appeal. Emily Johnson. The freak-offs were elaborate. They began in 2009 and extended into this year. These freak-offs were arranged with his entourage. The defendant used narcotics so the victims would continue ketamine, GHB, and others. They continue. The defendant would record these freak-offs to blackmail. A different victim wrote, "He said he was going to expose me with a tape." That's just 2 examples. And so it's rich when the defendant's submission filed today accuses the victim of extorting. He's the only extorter. We seized 6 guns. They were in the defendant's home and he had access to them. We are focused on the defaced guns in defendant's closet. This is not about security but dangerousness. The security team is the same one he would say would monitor. The head of his security has now been served with a subpoena. Damn! Given what we've learned about his role in the offensive conduct, now about the hotel assault, yesterday defense counsel called it a fight in a relationship. But no, it's trafficking. The defendant had a freak-off on March 5th, 2016. We have evidence there was one commercial sex worker there in the room during the assault. She isn't even wearing shoes. She's in danger. The defendant storms out in a towel. We have a message from the victim. "I still have crazy bruising." He claims he wanted to get his clothes back, but that's not what happened to her. She tried to escape a room with the defendant and a commercial worker. She fled without shoes. Immediately after the assault, P. Diddy sent these messages. Call me. The cops are here. I got 6 kids. Yo, please call. I am surrounded. Are you going to abandon me all alone? The defendant knew he had done something that could elicit a police response. He covered up what he did, and this year, after the surveillance video came out, only then did he admit that it was him. Yesterday, it was claimed that his clothes were taken, but that's not what happened. Why drag the victim back down the hall to the room? The indisputable evidence makes clear that you cannot take the defendant at his word. March the 5th, 2016 is far from the defendant's lone act of violence and obstruction. Freak of activity is the core of this case. They use force, coercion, and drugs. Our investigation is ongoing. Half a dozen escorts is just the tip of the iceberg of the number of escorts who have participated in these freak-offs. This case is charged a trafficking by force, fraud, coercion, and the acts were not consensual. The defense is arguing that anyone in a freak-off wanted to be there. That's not the law. When people are threatened with exposure and are beaten, they cannot consent. That is trafficking. Victims' heads were slammed against car windows. Here are some texts. When you get effed up, you knocked me around. I'm not a ragdoll, I'm someone's child. We have witnesses who witnessed the injuries. This conduct happened behind closed doors, in houses, hotel rooms, and cars. Judge Tarnofonsky was concerned. Judge Tarno, Judge Tarno found that she did not believe defense counsel can control the defendant. Consider the Mercedes case in the circuit. Reversing a decision to release a defendant, let's turn to obstruction. Witnesses have expressed extreme fear. They have directly contacted a victim in November 2023, constant contact with witnesses to the charged conduct after subpoena, before government interviews. 2 of these examples are, and their communication between the defendant and a witness, 13 contacts. 13 contacts with 2 people, says the judge. Emily Johnson responds, sorry, 14 contacts between the defendant and the witness. Also, he outreached to a witness he had not been in contact with for several years. After the grand jury subpoena, he used intermissions. Emily Johnson continues, he recorded the conversation on another person's device. In November 2023, he twice called a victim. On November 19th, he received a text from this other person in response. It reads, I feel like I'm reading my own sexual trauma. The defendant called her and gaslit her, trying to convince her it was also consensual. He repeatedly said he was not supposed to be speaking on the phone. He tells the witnesses not to text him. The defendant said, support, nothing to worry about. The defendant wrote his financial advisor should not make a mistake and not get that rent paid. This was an obstruction. I'll go over the cases. The judge responds, that's not necessary, I'm familiar. Emily says, a recent civil suit. Last week, Dawn Richard filed a civil suit. She was in a band, also with Miss Harper. Miss Harper issued a statement after 128 phone contacts. It wasn't even 48 or 50, it was 128. We didn't deal with Lawrence Ray's case. Magistrate Judge Fox ordered detention even on 1 victim. Anything else?
I wonder where Chris Jenner is. Because y'all know that I heard that she was a gatekeeper also. You know what I mean? I wonder where they all are. Where is Mary J. Blige? Where is the Kardashians? Where are they? All the people that was at the Diddy party. You know what I mean? Where are they now? I know he called 54 people. You know, I think that's why they probably went ahead and got him early also. And he came to New York, and that, you know, that's close to places where you can get on your plane and you know, flee to places where they can't come and extradite your butt back. But anyway, yeah, where all them people at? Yeah, okay. Let's see, I'm gonna play a little more, y'all. Y'all know I just hit them 12 hours and I ain't about to fall out. Okay. Y'all, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying. Ooh.
The judge says, a few more things. How many? She responds, 3 minutes. Traveling to New York does not address danger to the community. I'm here seeking detention, but I know that the bail package does not have enough conditions that focus on obstruction, and it couldn't, because he's been involving other people. The defendant should be detained pending trial. The judge responds, defense. Combs' lawyer speaks up and says, let me start with Miss Harper. I was called by her and a lawyer. I said, do what you want, make a statement. I later found out that she did. Combs' second lawyer says Miss Harper felt she was being besmirched. We did speak with her at 2 a.m. on the 11th. After speaking, what would be the reason, said for Mr. Combs to continue contacting her? She was concerned she was in the media. I have brought today the head of Sage Intelligence. We are proposing that Sage Intelligence personnel, all former law enforcement, will be monitoring the residence of Mr. Combs 24/7. There will be a visitor log. Of course, now, Diddy's lawyer continues to give more stipulations for pleading for this bond, but of course we don't need to read it because we know the bond was denied. And the judge even says, "Can you get to the point, child?" Because, right, it shows he's trustworthy. He's not a defendant who says, "Come find me" in Maxwell and Epstein. The judge responds, "How does that relate to danger?" The lawyer of Diddy says, "A woman contacted him, said she'd got a subpoena. We told him, don't speak to her." The judge says, "Talk to me about danger." Diddy's lawyer: "People who are danger are people who are contemptuous of the court. But Mr. Combs has never been contemptuous of the court." That's a lie. Look at the twist of words. He had a case in 1999. He came to court every time. He shows up on time. Wow. Okay, so he's obviously trying to dance his words around. The judge responds, says that video is troubling. He was 40 years old. He responds, Diddy's lawyer, he realized he has a problem with drug addiction and anger, and he went into rehab for a very long time.
No,
the woman in the
Lord.
video also went into rehab at around the same time. They loved each other. The messages about heartbreaking. Child,
My
stop trying to
God.
make Cassie into some villain about she needs to go into
Exactly.
rehab and jealousy and infidelity. It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane as to what he's doing. The judge responds, "I've heard from the parties. I find that the government have proven the defendant is a danger regarding the bail package. It is insufficient even on risk of flight." So let's do the initial conference. The discovery will include photographs. Oh my God, not the discovery face.
Oh, Lord.
Emily Johnson says the discovery will include photographs of physical violence from the March searches and from this week, including freak of supplies. There are a large number of electronic devices. We have 35 full instructions ready to produce to the defense. Jesus. We'd request a status conference in approximately 90 days. Given that he'll be in the SHU in the MDC, I can't for now consent to any exclusion under the Speedy Trial Act. I can set a trial date if you want. If I can't try, I can find a colleague who can. How about a conference in 14 to 20 days? What's your position on speedy trial? I'm not prepared, says Diddy's lawyer. First, the date, October 9th at 2 p.m. We must exclude time under the speedy trial. I can't consent. I'll know on October 9th. Judge says I exclude time to then. Whew. Okay, so this is absolutely insane. What a liar this man is. I just wanted to read out to you guys the court proceedings. I
Yeah.
just want this guy called Inner City Press, of course, is there
Crazy.
and documenting it live, and I wanted to read it out to you guys. Now, you know the games that Diddy's lawyers are playing. It's simply not working. His bond was completely denied, shameful and embarrassing. But for the fact that there are pictures and videos, photographic evidence that is now going to come out publicly, the discovery phase. I didn't even think about the discovery phase. This is what is coming out next. And this is going to be an absolute madness. And I just honestly have no words. I honestly have no words for how this is going to go when it comes to the discovery phase. But it's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to see that is going to be a lot. That's probably why I'm stuttering, guys. For me, this is just triggering, the hotel
Right.
stuff and everything. And that was me when I was young. And I, was being up in a hotel. And I'm seeing Cassie being dragged in a hotel. The hotel doors were locked for me. I had to do these weird things, just like Cassie's done, these weird things. Like, it's mirroring a lot. And, jumping right back into this Diddy stuff is a lot. And that's something that I need to just think about moving forward. But finding justice for these victims helps me, and that's what gives me the confidence and strength to continue to keep doing these videos, because I want to keep everybody clued up, and I don't think we should be silent in these moments. Anyways, do subscribe, comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are. Break it down. Bond denied. He's now in therapy. His sons are obviously, going to visit him. The passports have been confiscated. They can't even go anywhere. And all I have to say to end this video is, let's reopen Kim Porter's case, since we're already in the courts.
Exactly.
That's what we should do. Reopen Kim Porter's case and give her justice as well. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon.
Exactly. Yeah. I heard they was going to open Kim Porter's case back up, too. Yeah, and as he said, they did seize the children's passports. What else did I hear? I mean, while he was out, he contacted 54 people. Like, you don't supposed to be calling anybody. But that's why they getting you. That's why they got you. And J-Lo about to pop up in there because she got to say something. And I also heard they allegedly questioned Ben about some stuff, Ben Affleck. So, I don't know what's going on, but Lil Rod I think LeRoy is going to win his case. I do believe that because everybody who's testifying and coming forth with their stories are the same, have the same stories, and they don't even know each other. Don't even live around each other. But I'm not. I mean, it's a shame if somebody is feeling sorry for Diddy because how can you feel sorry for him? Please. I mean, allegedly, messing with underage girls and boys, allegedly, making people do stuff, keeping you know, all they want to do is sing, make a record, get paid, do shows, get paid. That's all they wanted. They had to do freak off mess. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for him at all. I mean, I truly don't. So, y'all please subscribe to Valentine TV. Thank you so much for joining me. I love y'all. Y'all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you later. All right. Good night.